Copenhagen traffic at Emirates 152, pushing back stand to Charlie 37.
Copenhagen traffic, Alpine 48 Papa November is fully established on the island for runway 22 left at 7.5 miles. Copenhagen traffic, Alpine 48 Papa November is short final for 22 left.
Copenhagen traffic, runway 152, crossing 30 Copenhagen traffic, start and push, stand Delta 1.
Copenhagen traffic, Alpine 48 Papa November has vacated runway 22 left. We'll taxi via Bravo, cross runway 30, and then continue taxi to company stands.
Copenhagen traffic, Everest 152, lining up runway.
Hello everybody, welcome to Philbert Flies, welcome to Scandinavian Flight 1735 from a very, very gloomy and bleak Copenhagen down to a slightly less gloomy and bleak Krakow. We're flying the CRJ 900, which I haven't flown for blooming ages, so it's about time it got another outing, I think. Yes, so that was a couple of Chopin mazurkas we were listening to there. Because we're flying to Poland, I thought it'd be a nice change from the usual epidemic sound. You know, I'm doing air quotes, but I'm not on Twitch, so you can't see. Polish music, which would probably just be more sort of umpa stuff. So yes, bit of culture for you, bit of culture. Anyway, lovely to have so many of you here already. Nikki, Andrea, Gibi, Aussie MSFS pilot, Simon, Jenny, Paul, Alex, Nampilan, Pablo, Simon C, and Marka. I think that's everyone, I think. Yes. Oh, and Kai! Welcome, Kai, as well. How are you all? Hope you're well. And Wojtek, nice to see you. Yeah, I mean, it is grim. There's no getting away from it. The latest meta is rain, obviously. Overcast at 300 feet. And I'm very glad we're leaving from here rather than arriving here, to be honest with you. Though I think Wojtek has just flown in a Kodiak, if I'm not mistaken. Was it okay? I wouldn't fancy it myself, to be honest. And Mark, welcome! How are you? Can't remember what sort of sax it was, though, now. Oh, that's a shame. Good fun, but it was so long ago now. Over 20 years ago. Oof. Yeah, I know. I'm at that sort of age where stuff is much, much longer ago than I thought it was as well. But, yeah. Oh, at least you got good memories of it. So yes, we are here at stand Alpha 8, which is where this flight departed from the last time it was flown, which I believe was January the 3rd. They've actually stopped this route for now. I think it's either seasonal or it's over, but Ryanair have swooped in and picked up where Scandinavian left off, so they're now flying it in 737s, different times, but yeah, same route. Anyway, let's get on board. Let's do a little bit of setting up. I haven't really done anything at all, truth be told. I was going to do some setting up beforehand, and then it got a bit late, and I decided I should probably eat lunch instead. So, yeah, so we're going to start from the beginning with the safety check flow. Today, joining us, CJ4. Oh, nice. The other jets didn't appeal to you somehow. No worries. Be nice. Worried about my cortisone injection in my back later this afternoon. Ooh, blimey. Well, I know I've had colleagues who've had cortisone, and two of them, in fact, have had cortisone injections in their back, and it's all gone without a hitch, and it's been very, very effective, and it's been they've all highly recommended it. So I'm sure you'll be fine. I can understand the nerves, but yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine, boss. Passengers coming from jetway or stairs? From the jetway, Adine Gamer. The stairs are part of the door in this plane, so they're always there. But when you're connected to a jetway...
Romeo.
Goodness me, ATC
Bravo,
is loud.
Runway 30,
Let me adjust that. Yeah, so the handrails are lowered when a jetway needs to be connected, and they are raised again when the stairs are in use. But the stairs are always there, boss. Where are we? V-Pilot. Let's turn that down a smidge, and we'll wait for someone else to speak and hope it's a bit quieter. Anyway, as I was saying, a safety check flow, I can tell you that the circuit breakers are closed. Nose wheel steering switch should be off, and it is. Hydraulic pumps should be off. Yes, landing gear lever is down. Flight spoiler lever is retracted. Slats and flaps lever is set to 0. Radar is off. And ADG manual release should be stowed. Where's that? It's down here, isn't it? Yep, it is. Emergency flap switch should be normal, and it is. So battery master switch is already on. The APU's off, but we can probably start that now. No, we'll start it in a minute. We don't want to be pumping fumes into Copenhagen unnecessarily. That's pretty good. Yeah. Oh, no worries at all. No worries at all. That was not the best weather. But you buttered the bread. I'm pleased to hear it, New Bricks. Welcome to Copenhagen, boss. AC electrics are on. IRS should be set to nav, both of them, and they are. There's only one in the 700, but two in the 900, if I remember rightly. The emergency equipment should be checked now. Well, to be honest with you, I'm just going to assume it's all there. Gear and safety pins should be on board. Airplane documents checked. Hydraulic 3A pump, we'll turn that on now. It's that one. And we'll start work on the FMS. In fact, before we do that, though, because I'm worried about forgetting this, we should load the plane up with some passengers and fuel. So I'm going to have a quick look at my flight plan. Borgie, hello, boss, and Colonel Indiana Longnuts. That's an awesome name. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. World Update Australia was good, finally, and not like other World Updates where they make the grass more green and painted someone's house. Do you know, Adine, I'm ashamed to say I still haven't been down to Australia since the World Update. But next week we're going to do some Australian flying on streams. So that'll be nice. Right, so... God, I feel so out of practice in this plane. I really do. I'm not super confident about this flight. I won't lie to you. But we'll see what happens. I'll try not to kill us. I think that's about all I can say, really. I'll do my best to make sure you'll get out of this alive. 4646 kilograms of fuel. Enter. We'll set the payload in the simulator, and that's our weight and balance bit done. Okay. So we're only doing the FMS initialization at the moment, so we're going to make sure that it's on. We're going to make sure that the database is current, and it is 27th of January to the 24th of February 2022. Darren, good afternoon. How are you? It's been a while. Guess the weather's starting to clear up. Is it? Has it stopped raining? Oh, it has stopped raining. Awesome. Oh, that's good. That's good news. Yeah, it'll be. What's the worst that can happen? Adelaide looks bad, does it? All red. Oh, right. Guessing the satellite imagery is taken from a dust storm. Oh, right. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame. Oh, no, not Lukla again. Lukla was fine. Lukla was absolutely fine. I came away from that stream feeling very impressed with my landing in Lukla. And Kathmandu, we won't talk about so much. You love the CRJ except for its recurring inability to properly turn in the cruise. Yeah, and its occasional inability to capture ILSs, both localizers and glides. So those are the things that I'm not such a fan of. Right, let's crack on with the originating check flow. So we're going to go up to the overhead panel, and we're going to make sure that DC service is off, and it is. Battery master is on. IDGs should be dark and guarded, and they are. AC essential transfer light should be off, and it is, and the gens are all set to auto. Moving on down, hydraulic shutoff valve should be dark and guarded, and they are. We're going to make sure the nav and logo lights are on. That's the one thing I've managed to do. They are already on. We're going to check the fuel panel now. Boost pumps should be showing an op. Everything else should be dark, and it is. APU, check green light. Well, we haven't got the APU on yet, have we? So we'll come back to that. Ignition panel should all be dark, and it is. And now we can do our hydraulic test. So we'll turn 3A off, and we'll turn the others to on, not auto. On, I think. Yeah. In fact, we'll turn 3A on as well. Why the hell not? And we'll come down now to our MFDs, and we will pick the hydraulic page here. And we're checking that we've got 3000 psi across the board, and we have, so that's good. Now they can all go to auto and on, except for 3A, which for some reason should be off. Don't know why. Don't know why. You always think it says DA World ZP in the nav data. What does it say? I mean, it does say DA World. What's the ZP bit? Yeah, very well, thank you, Darren. Very well, very well. Trying not to think about the fact that I'm starting nights tonight, but other than that, can't complain. I mean, I did New Bricks. That was my last stream, wasn't it? Pretty sure it's Kathmandu to Lukla. Yeah, yeah, and back again. That was on Twitch. It's a thick landing gear switch, it is. Yeah, you can't miss it, can you? Just turn everything on, what could go wrong? Right, I totally lost my flow now. Okay, yeah, that's all alright. That's all alright. Next page, next page. Cabin pressure panel. That should all be okay, I believe. But one thing I'm going to do now before I forget is set our landing elevation to our departure airfield elevation. And what is that for Copenhagen? Let's just have a look.
Copenhagen traffic line up and
it's pretty low if I remember rightly.
Right. Scandinavian 2868.
Um, 14 feet. Okay, that's alright. We can leave it probably at 0 for that. Yeah, let's click it one across. Can't remember. I think it goes up in 20s, doesn't it, on this plane? We need to go back to our status page to see. Yeah, 20. 20 is as close as we can get it. Really looking forward to flying along in the CJ4. Haven't flown that aircraft for ages, and the working title mod is really awesome. It is, it is. I enjoy it every time I get into it, and I always think I should do more of this. On the air conditioning panel now, we want to turn the packs on. They are on. So they're showing a fault. We can turn the recirculating fan on, which will kick in once we've started the APU. Where is that? Where's that? There it is. Recirculating fan on. And aft cargo conditioned air can come on as well. We'll turn the left and right window heat to low. And in terms of the rest of the lights, well, we can make sure the no smoking sign was already on. Let's hope they haven't all sparked up in the back. Seatbelt sign can come on. Emergency lights can be armed. And the ELT is also armed. Right. Onwards, we can do the stall test. And we can hear the stick shaker. And we can witness the stick pusher. Clocks are correct. Standby instruments. Haven't set the local pressure, but it should be 1008, I believe. Yep, so that's set. And that all looks absolutely fine. If I only had a first officer tell, I can't wait. I can't wait, Jenny. You always put everything on auto. It happened to me more than once that I accidentally clicked the landing gear during the cruise. Oh, really? That must have been interesting. No one will fly with me now. I've broken them all. Well, this is why we need fresh blood coming into the sim, right? You like flying the longitude? I haven't flown that for ages and ages. Right, so on the stat page now, we are checking the oxygen pressure. That's 1850. We'll do the anti-skid test. We've got the chocks in, so we can release the parking brake and turn the anti-skid switches off. Which are down here, I believe. No, they're not. Amazing how quickly you forget, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. There it is, anti-skid switch off, and we should have anti-skid inboard and outboard warnings up there. We can rearm that now. We can test the main landing gear, overheat warning, and the overheat test warning. Done. We can test the lamps now, 1 and 2. Look at all the pretty light. Ooh, pretty lights light up. Yep, 2's fine. And 1's fine. Excellent. Pitch and roll disconnect should be stowed, as should the ADG lever, which we checked before. Spoilers and ground lift dumping should be set to auto, and it is. We can now arm the thrust reversers and check on the right-hand MFD that they are showing as armed. They are not, but I seem to remember I've experienced this before, so I don't know what that's about. You're Alleged 10F, thank you very much for the sub, and I'm sure that's not how you say your name, but welcome. You mostly use the TBM and CJ for you're fluent in A320, but don't really fly it that much. Yeah, what you find it a bit dull, do you, compared with the others? Scandinavian 1735 pillow pilot. Anyway, they are armed. We can see they're armed. But yeah, it's not showing up. I'm sure it used to, but I seem to remember the last flight they didn't either. So I don't know what's happened there. No biggie. Flight spoiler lever we've already checked as part of the safety check flow, but it is full forward. Thrust levers should be at idle or shut off, and they are at shut off, and the reversers are stowed. Flaps are at 0. RTU, we'll do the TCAS test. And we have fake planes coming up.
TCAS system test okay.
Came into Copenhagen Airport and cleared the gloomy clouds. Welcome, Andrea. Glad you made it down. And HK, hello. How are you? You've gotten around the Airbus autopilot, but your plane ascends at like 10 degrees. That's odd. Are you using the fly-by-wire mod? Right, we can engage the stab and mac trim. Check that the fans are normal. They are. IRSs are still in nav. Lighting panel is fine. I've done all that beforehand. We can engage the yaw damper switches. Source select switching panel. All the switches are set to normal. Cargo FireX panel. All 3 are dark. And we could now run the checklist, but I'm confident that I've done everything, so we're not going to bother. You just got your desk ready, moving your PC. Okay, no worries, boss. No worries, boss. Good luck with the move. Welcome back, Kai. The desk has a writing pad which is slidable, as well as a KB+. What's a oh, keyboard and mouse pad. Nice! Sounds like a good upgrade, HK. Okay, and now we can get on with setting up the FMS.
Copenhagen traffic.
So we are at
31 Yankee,
EKCH.
pushing back from Delta 1 onto Romeo 1.
And we don't need to bother with a gate. What we do need to do, though, is grab the GNSS 1 position and bung it in there. And now we can start setting up our flight plan. So EKCH to EPKK. And our alternate today is LHBP, which is Budapest, which we have scenery for, so we can always divert there. So, we'll execute the basics, and we'll sort out our departure. So we're going to be taking off runway 22 right via the CIMEC 8 Charlie. We can execute that. Back to the flight plan page. So from CIMEG, sorry, not CIMEC. From CIMEG, we're going to follow Zulu 493. as far as Zelol. Then we're going to take Zulu 491 to Vaven, sorry, not VATSIM, Vaven. Then Lima 996 to Denko. Then Lima 616 to Miska. Next page, then we're going direct to Mappic. And then we can set up for our arrival. So we are expecting an ILS approach to runway 25. And we're going to be doing the Mappic 3 Golf Star. And I think that leads us straight down. Does it? Do we need a via point? Oh no, we do. Yeah, Borsey. So that's going to take us straight into the arrival. No faffing about if we don't have ATC online. They were online last time I checked in Poland, but I don't know if they will be by the time we get there. Good, so that's one route done. You're freaking sitting in your hall for online classes. Oh, blimey. I'm glad you got somewhere proper to sit now, HK. Treat we went, hello, you're busting your school to watch my stream. I'm glad it's a joke, boss. 1.5 year wait, good grief. The northern lights are supposed to be visible tonight. I wonder if you flew far enough north whether they would be visible in the... I don't know actually, Roland. I don't know, it's a good question. Decided not to come up with the topic until now and parents magically said yes. Oh, good. Why were you having to sit in the hall rather than your room though? Is that just because there was a desk there? Blue Angels, welcome. And Generic Pilot 1, welcome, nice to see you. How am I liking VATSIM Velocity? I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It's much better for watching people's landings. I'm still noticing some lateral juddering down runways and things, but certainly vertically, all of that bumping about that used to happen, like when people touched down and bounced up again, seems to be a thing of the past. So yeah, definitely an improvement, I think. How have you lot found it? Right, so that's that. What do we do next? We check the IRS control pages. And we want to make sure that it's enabled, and it is. VOR DME control pages, check that they're both enabled, and they are. GNSS control page, and both of those are enabled. And FMS control page, and they are synced, which is good, and display mode is magnetic. Great. Oh, hang on, I've missed a bit. Right, done that. Okay, so now we can check through our flight plan, check that there are no discontinuities in the legs page. No duplication. There is some duplication here, so we can just put Mappic on top of Mappic.
Foxtrot Alpha to holding point Alpha 1 for 2 to right departure.
And now we'll go to the MFD menu.
Traffic,
I think has it there. There it is. Yep. We'll make sure we've got speed, altitude, and airports showing. We are going to turn our window to VNAV and the first officer's window to on. We're going to go to the next page and check that range is altitude select, which is good. And now we can do our perf figures. So,
Negate Charlie departure.
perf page there, perf init. And what we'll do is copy our figures from the... I keep wanting to call it a flypad. EFB, that's the word I'm looking for. Copy perf init data to FMS.
Copenhagen traffic, route
and there we are. We're cruising today at flight level 350.
Runway 12.
Execute that. And the rest has been filled in automatically. Right, let me catch up with some chat. You love the Krakow scenery, can't wait to see it again. Oh, me neither, I know. Haven't been there for ages. The CRJ computer thing is so much better than Airbus or Boeing. Do you think? I disagree. I disagree. I think my favourites are Boeing FMSs. Airbus ones, when they're properly implemented, are pretty good as well. This to me feels kind of old and clunky. You're using your lunchtime for this, boss. Better be butter. How long's your lunchtime, boss? It's a good hour and a bit flight, and we're not even pushed back yet. So yeah. I hope you've got a nice long lunch hour. You're flying the 737-700 with SAS livery. Awesome, Nikki. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Your uncle invented that computer thingy. Did he really? That's amazing. Don't tell him I said it's a bit old and clunky. A few days ago, I did the SFR AVFR corridor over LAX and watched the aircraft depart and land below me. So much better with velocity. Oh, good. You've been doing quite a lot of VATSIM VFR, haven't you, Simon? I saw your New York trip. That looked really good. Thank you, Samad. Why did I program FMC instead of importing from SimBrief? Because the CRJ first officer, Michael, who recorded my tutorial video with me, said that 9 times out of 10 that's what they do. And also because CRJ routes tend to be fairly short, it doesn't take that long.
31 Yankee, crossing runway 12 from Foxtrot to Alpha.
I don't think you can. You can. I did a tutorial on it, Andrew. But it's yeah, it's not typical. So well. You prefer the QM400 FMS? Are you mad, Kai? Plane Spotter 5, welcome. Just doing a flight from Lublin to Krakow. Just bought Lublin scenery for £8. It's very good, but overpriced. It's tiny. Still £8. That's relatively cheap. I'll have to check it out. Your lunchtime is 50 minutes. Not even that. Oh, Kai. You're not going to see me butter it, boss. You're just going to have to imagine.
Landing aircraft. Are
it's
you?
a while since I've flown it, but I'm pretty sure you can. Can.
we are landing to the left.
Or import it. Yes, you can.
Thank you very much. Have a great landing.
Boeing 787 and 777X computer is nice and sexy.
Thank you.
Yeah. The more modern Boeing ones are good. Although the system is remarkably similar, it hasn't really evolved very much. Right, so here we are. This is a Perfinit page 1 done. We're going to put our cruise wind and ISO deviation figures in on the second page from the SimBrief flight plan. Cruise wind is... Oh, they want a wind component, don't they? It's plus 55. Dearie me. P55, I think that's how you do it. Yes. And ISO deviation. -6. Execute that. And the third and final page, we're going to put in our reserves and our taxi fuel. So taxi fuel is 227. And our final reserve fuel for the trip should be 760.
Catch traffic, Papa Hotel 11
we could
Alpha,
put an
lining
estimated
up,
time of departure in there, but there's
runway
probably
23
not much point. VNAV setup. Our transition altitude today out of Kastrup should be...
short 22 right at Alpha 2.
Let's just check. What is it? 5,000 feet. Target speed and transition altitude, speed limit below 10,000 are correct. Next page, and for our cruise, we're just going to bump these up a little bit to Mach decimal 77. And our descent, we want to do at Mach decimal 77 and then 320 knots on conversion.
Catch up traffic, Scandinavian 31 Yankee lining up behind.
Let's
the
just see
if
VATSIM, see if there's ATIS online still for Krakow, because then we can get an accurate transition level. What have I missed? You can import SimBrief to anything in the sim. Yes, you can. The default Boeing FMSs in MSFS are junk, though. Mods make them a bit better, but not by much. Yeah, they're not very feature-rich. You're not mad. It gives you suggestions to what airways and airport and waypoints you can have. Any you press 1 or 2. It's, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose there is that. Yeah, no, we don't have any control. No, we do. We still have Tower and ATIS online. So EPKK ATIS, definitely runway 25 in use. What's the transition level? Is 80. Awesome.
Scandinavian 3-1 Yankee lined up on 22 right, waiting with departure for separation.
Foxtrot 80. Execute that. Right, we're getting there, people. Let's get the APU started to warm the passengers up a little bit. So power fuel, start stop, and we'll wait for that to get underway. Meanwhile, we'll crack on. So takeoff speeds we can set now from the EFB. It's given us 140, 141 and 152 with a VT of 199. Set all. And they've been copied across here to our PFD. Right, and we can also set the stab trim from this. So we want 6.9 units.
Castro traffic, Scandinavian 3-1 Yankee departing 22 right.
Castro traffic,
6.9.
Rooster 16.
There we are.
Lining up, runway 2 to right, and wait.
And we'll climb, I don't think there are any at or below constraints on this SID, are there? No. So we'll set our cruising altitude.
Castro traffic, Papa Hotel 11 Alpha, airborne passing 7,500.
2350. Heading bug will set to runway heading, which is 217. There we are. Altimeters are set already. Landing elevation set already. We'll check that our nav 1 radius is set to auto. And we'll do our before start checklist. In fact, let's get the tug
Cockpit to
connected
ground.
up.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We'll be ready shortly.
Roger.
Yep, that's all fine.
Go ahead.
So we'll get our doors closed.
Okay, no problem. I will wait. Thank you.
And we'll get our wheel chocks removed. Have I got my parking brake set?
Right onto Kilo, I believe it is.
Yes.
Yep, no problem.
Chocks removed. We've got the bloomin' safety briefings on. Haven't turned them off since my reinstall, clearly. Thank you, Nubrix, appreciate that. It looked like good weather was on its way, and out of nowhere it's... Yeah, I didn't actually look outside, but I did notice the change in cockpit lighting. Oh, someone pushing back. Better wait for them then.
Skyline 441, continue taxi via the Bravo Romeo to send Delta 3.
Castro traffic, Scandinavian 3-1 Yankee, airborne passing 3,300 feet, direct Denek.
Castro traffic, Rooster 16, runway 2 to right, landing, already lined up, departing via the CMIC at Charlie departure.
Don't know who that is. Scandinavian 29, is that any of you lot? The fact that you can see crystal clear 3D raindrops on windows and windscreen in MSFS amazes me. I know. I just wish they were on the outside so the wipers would clear them.
2Fly1633 crossing runway 1.
Alright, well we can still get ready while we wait for this person to get out of the way.
Right.
Left and right boost pumps on. Beacon can come on. We'll check that the nose wheel steering is off and that our hydraulic 3A pump is on, which it wasn't. Nose wheel steering is still off. Right, so now we just sat waiting for whoever this is to move out the way. A proper hello now, boss. Finally arrived into Hong Kong after leaving Heathrow at 2300 Zulu yesterday. Good grief, that's a long flight. Congratulations, boss. I'm very well, thank you. Was it a good flight? Yeah, I don't understand how that could be low priority. Yeah, I really don't. I think... I mean, surely the rain thing is going to irritate every single person, whether they're a seasoned flight simmer or someone on an Xbox, right? It should be pretty high priority, I would have thought. Okay, while he gets out the way, we'll do our cleared to start checklist. So, APU is on, devices are off. Well, they're not really, but whatevs. Takeoff data set, doors are closed and locked, beacons on, fuel pumps are. Let's just double check that.
Alpha 2,
Yep.
right, we've got to sort out some stuff, so we'll just be holding here for a minute.
On, and our fuel is... Probably good practice to check this. He says desperately searching for... There's the fuel quantity, 4635 kilograms. And our planned BOC fuel was 4646. So that's very good, isn't it? Just burnt less than 10 kilos for the with the APU. Parking brake is on. Hydraulic pumps are on. Yep, all done. All done. All set. So let's get pushed back.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Pushing back.
So we're using Pushback Express for the pushback, and I've actually fiddled around
You're
with it.
cleared
And,
behind it. You start
I
your
think
engine,
it's going to
that's your
push us back
discretion.
just right. Oh, I should say something on Unicom, shouldn't I? Oops. Castrop traffic Scandinavian 1735 is pushing back from Stand Alpha 8 onto Lima. Right, so we can start the engines. So push the right engine start switch. Very easy. And we'll wait for an N2 of more than 20%. And then we'll add fuel. Where's the rain inside-outside thing come from? It sounds very odd, borderline... Well, I don't really know. I just know that windscreen wipers don't clear rain, and a lot of people have said that's because the rain is being drawn on the inside of the windows, which I think is perhaps a little bit of a simplistic way of looking at it. But anyway, it's not right. So... Right, engine 2 being started.
Push
Now,
back
if
complete.
Twirls were
Set
here,
parking
he would
brakes,
probably
please.
say that they
Parking
don't
brake
actually
set.
push back here and they push
Roger.
all the way
Okay,
back
the
onto a
tow bar is
taxiway.
disconnected and the
But
equipment is
it's,
clear. We'll see
yeah,
you on the left side with the
I
pin.
don't know that for
Thanks,
certain.
and you
So
can
we're taking the
disconnect
easy
and go
option.
to hand signals.
Watched EasyJet
Thanks. Have a
Simpo
good
this
flight.
morning
See you
leaving
later.
Helsinki. He had frost patterns on his cockpit windows. Ah, yeah, the icing model, visually at least, is pretty good.
Copenhagen traffic, Alpine 56, Delta Foxtrot taxiing to Echo.
Okay, so engine 2 stable. We'll do the same with engine 1.
Crossing runway 30 on the way.
11 hours flight from Heathrow to Bangkok, and then about 2 hours onwards to Hong Kong, running it all back to Heathrow this evening. Ooh! What flight goes to Hong Kong via Bangkok? Some kind of freighter, I guess, is it? Or ask the Phoenix guys what they did. Yes, yeah. Forgot the CJ4 climbs like a missile. Yeah, it really does. Cat is asleep next to you, and he's just been extremely flatulent, grim. Mildred threw up on the sofa today after I'd just washed... Well, 2 days after I washed the sofa covers, after Morris threw up on them. So yeah, that's been delightful. The top bar says 3173 nautical miles to go. Yes, that does seem a little much. It's too small for me to see in my little preview window. Let's see what I've done wrong. EKCH to EPKK. I mean, that's right, isn't it? So let's just try changing it. EGLL to EPKK. Have I not got FSU IPC installed or something? Oh well, we'll get rid of the top bar, because it's just telling us lies. And I'll sort it out another time. Okay, 2 good engine starts there, I believe. So we can turn the APU off. We can... Do we need anti-ice? I bet we do. Yeah, it's not going to be 10 degrees as here, is it? 5 degrees, yeah. So, we'll turn the probe heat on. And we'll turn the left and right cowl anti-ice on. We'll set flaps for takeoff. At least it stopped raining now. Flaps 8 set. And we'll arm the nose wheel steering. We'll do our flight control check. Flight control synoptic page. Hello. Thank you. Full up, full down, and neutral. Full left, full right, neutral. And the rudder. Full left, full right, and neutral. Back to stat. And we'll double check the electrical synoptic pages actually. So AC electrical, everything's green. Both gens and IDGs are green. And on the DC page, we've got 28 volts, 30 amps across the board. And the batteries are green as well. Awesome. Okay, after start checklist. Generators are on, electrics we've checked, bleed valves are auto, we've checked all that before, blah 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 blah. Yep, that's all done. And the taxi checklist. Flaps are 8, flight controls have been checked, trims are green and checked, thrust reversers are armed, flight instruments have been checked, and the brake temperature, well, it's gonna be fine. Yep, 0 degrees, awesome. Speedbird, what's this? I did see it, I've forgotten. Speedbird 9! I didn't know that existed. Might have to give it a go myself sometime. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just they overeat. Mildred isn't usually sick, but this morning I gave her some new food that she really liked, and she ate it all, and then she was sick. Morris is just a bit, you know, every few days he'll be sick, and usually it's not on the sofa. Is the flight going to Krakow? God knows.
2795 crossing runway 12.
Normal 77W, now it's flown in 788s, and they go straight back to EGL from Bangkok until mid-January. They flew with 777s. Well, I never. It's like something from the 90s, isn't it? Now we don't know where we are, I know. It's alright, I'll keep you appraised of the situation, Jenny. I did say I wanted to visit Australia. All good to go, but blooming parking brake won't release, so holding Alpha... Oh, Pillow Pilot. Sorry about that. I heard you on Unicom. I'm going to say, as nice as it is to have the top bar info, I think I prefer seeing more sim. Really? Controversial, Alex. Controversial. Willie, good afternoon. How are you? Yeah, but you wouldn't have got to Alpha 2, would he, if the chocks were in? I don't know. What a joy. The CJ4 even converts to Mach climb automatically exactly where you want it to be. Yeah, it's a brilliant plane. Arguably the best plane in the sim. Okay, we're ready to do some taxiing, I think. So, recognition taxi lights can come on. Oh, what was I doing? Taxi checklist. Yeah, done all that. Fine. Right, let's have a look at some charts. Where are we going? We are taking Mike 1. We're taking Mike, Zulu, Alpha, Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 1735, taxiing to holding point Alpha 1, runway 22 right via Mike, Zulu and Alpha. Nailed it! Parking brake can come off, and we can make a move. Just took off from Lublin, and holy moly, the runway's sloppy.
Copenhagen traffic.
Oh, slopey, you mean? Okay, I'll give it a whirl. Best aircraft in the sim except for the DC, so yeah, probably. The best aircraft that I own in the sim. So I tweaked some sim settings after the stutters we had on the last stream, and I think it's working better now. Famous last words, I know. I said Mike, I meant, what a noob, I meant Lima, didn't I? Oh well. It's not like there's anyone about to crash into.
Copenhagen traffic,
What's up,
Scandinavian
Pascal
150
Gaming?
pushing back onto Lima from stand Alpha 19.
77Ws are now the most efficient cargo frames in the BA fleet. Limited packs to from Hong Kong before the embargo, so via Bangkok was probably the best way to make use of the flights. Yeah. Yeah. Nearly, Jenny, nearly. We're about 3,000 miles at the last reckoning. Your sim crossed. Oh, Whoopie fan, I'm sorry to hear that. SAS that just landed should have probably gone around. That did not look... Oh, really? Oh, it's busy over here, isn't it? One pushing back. I don't know which of these are static, to be honest with you. This is Alpha. What we'll do in preparation for crossing the runway is we'll turn our strobe. Right, oh, it's already on. I think I flicked the wrong switch at some point. Oh no, it wasn't. No.
Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 162 taxiing to runway 22 right, holding point Alpha 2 via Charlie Zulu Alpha, crossing runway 27, continuing Alpha.
Copenhagen traffic, Scandinavian 1735, crossing runway 3012 on Alpha. yeah, I know what you mean, Simon.
Scandinavian 1422, crossing 30 on 5.
Castro traffic, TUI 1633, fix the issue now, we're lining up runway 22 right.
Excellent. Good news, Pillow Pilot. After, most people just absolutely slam it down. I haven't watched enough, but I need to spend a bit more time observing other people's landings. I wonder if this is why everyone's getting into the habit of taking off ahead of me, so I can't see their landings. Velocity won't help your landing, no. Right, let's have a quick flick through our before takeoff checklist as we taxi. Oh yeah, there's not a lot we can do in advance on this, is there?
Copenhagen
Yeah,
traffic,
TCAS on there.
Scandinavian 162 crossing runway 12/30.
Oh, it's already on. Awesome. There goes Pillow Pilot.
Copenhagen traffic, 351633 departing 22 right.
Right, let's get our strobes back on.
Copenhagen traffic, Alpine 56, Delta Foxtrot, lining up runway 22 right behind departing TUI.
Really? Ah, okay. There he is. He was here first, this is fair enough. And we get to watch a takeoff. Whew, quite the queue forming. Yeah, there's no ATC online, that's why. No one wants me to judge them.
Castle traffic, 2533, passing to 2000, climbing level 390, turn 8 Charlie.
I mean, not ideally, Colonel Indiana. Not ideally. In fact, while we're waiting for him to go, let's get everything set up so that can come on. What else? This is why we have checklists, right? Strobes back on, yeah, they're already on. And we'll get our landing lights on before we depart. The SAS bully's coming to pick at the EasyJet.
Copenhagen traffic, Alpha 567, Foxtrot, take care of
And Scandinavian 1735 lining up runway 22 right behind departing EasyJet. I can multitask, I can show you his takeoff and line up, I'm sure. Yeah, it's much, much smoother, isn't it? Nice. Oh, we got Copenhagen approach just come online. 119.8. God. Timing. Oh, it's Trolls though! He's made it! I'll allow it as it's Trolls. Otherwise I'd have just gone.
2795, stand by shortly.
What a unit.
Alpine 56 Delta Foxtrot, Copenhagen approach.
Copenhagen approach, a very, very good afternoon to you, sir. Scandinavian 1735, ready to go 22 right.
Scandinavian 1735, hold position, stand by shortly.
Wilco Scandinavian 1735, hold position.
Alpine 56 Delta Foxtrot.
The legend himself, I know.
Foxtrot climbing out of 22 right.
Yeah, exactly.
56 Delta Foxtrot, squawk 0231.
0231 in the box for 56 Delta Fox.
That's kind of a 1735, just a quick clearance for you. You're cleared to Krakow, Seamagate, Charlie departure, runway 22 right, squawk 0452.
Cleared to Krakow, Simeg L8 Charlie departure, runway 22 right, squawking 0452, Scandinavian 1735.
Kind of a 1735, read back correct. As soon as you have the squawk set, wind is 20 degrees 10 knots, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff 22 right after we've set the squawk, Scandinavian 1735.
Alpine 56 Delta Foxtrot identified, passing 6,700 feet, climb flight level 190, direct CMIG.
Climb
0452. Okay, so landing lights can come on. Before takeoff checklist is now complete. And we'll push the toga switch.
72 Copenhagen approach.
Go ahead.
Toga. See, I'm all flustered now. I'm all flustered. I feel like I've forgotten something. No, we're alright. We're alright. Let's go.
Kind of a 172. You're cleared to Krakow as well. Seamagate Charlie departure.
Do it.
1074.
Could you come clear via Seamagate Charlie departure, squawk 1074, Scandinavian 172.
Toga.
Kind of a 172. Read back correct.
Copenhagen approach, Euro wind 14 with Sirius 7 clearance to Dusseldorf with information Delta A319.
Wings 14 Whiskey,
80
Copenhagen
knots.
approach, good day. I don't have a flight plan from you. Could you try and refile it?
Yeah, no problem.
Good, I'm on 2795, ready to copy clearance.
V1, rotate.
2795.
Good, I'm on 2795, you're cleared to Krakow as well. CMAC 8 Charlie departure, squawk 0225.
V2. Positive rate, gear up.
Where you cancel up to the CMAC H departure.
And we can get our flaps up now.
Scandinavian 2795.
It's going to be 2795, repack correct.
And we'll stick the autopilot on.
Copenhagen approach, Scandinavian 172, ready at Alpha 222 right.
And no, not terrain, don't you worry. And we'll switch to nav. Thrust levers back to the climb detent.
172, hold short runway 22 right, company on you, Alpha 1's going to take off, correction, it's going to depart before you.
And we'll switch to speed mode and set that to 240.
That's kind of a 1735, identified fastening 2,200 feet, climb flight level 190, direct CMAC.
Climb flight level 190, direct CMAC, Scandinavian 1735.
956 Delta Foxtrot, just confirm your direct CMAC.
Yes, sir, direct CMAC aircraft is trying to find itself the perfect route. Alpine 56 Delta Fox.
No worries, you're leaving my airspace, however, so Monty Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, have a nice day, Alpine 56 Delta Fox.
Scandinavian 2795, ready for push.
Awesome! And we can turn off the cross-flow auto-override.
2795, push and start approved, Canadian 1008.
And dare we have a little look outside? Probably. Because these clouds are pretty bloomin' hog, aren't they?
Firm face east.
He's giving it 2795.
Look at that.
Kind of a 172, set squawk 1074.
Beautiful. Life's so much better with pedals, it is, isn't it? It is. Don't know why I left it so long.
Your wings 1
Absolutely beautiful.
Whiskey, are you ready? Copy clearance.
From Eurowings 14.
And there's our transition altitude, so we'll set standard pressure.
Destination next in 1 Charlie departure, squawk 1211.
Why is that not working?
Max 1 Charlie departure and squawk 1211.
Ah, there we are. It's right click, left click. I always forget that.
Your wings 14 Whiskey, read back correct.
Beautiful.
Double.
Oh yeah, how's your flight going, Jenny? Totally forgot you were flying along offline. Right, I will catch up with the chat. Now, did anyone hear what our cleared altitude was? Also, why is it not following that line there? We're in nav mode, it should be. Let's go to heading mode and back to nav.
It's kind of an correction, he's text, never mind.
And we're above 10,000 feet, so we can turn our landing lights off, recognition taxi lights off, and it's nice and smooth, so let's get the seatbelts sign off, or to auto as well. Probably ought to put the no smoking on rather than off, but hey ho, whatevs. Cool.
It's kind of a 172, line up, wait, runway 22 right.
Flight runway 22 right.
Right, I didn't finish setting the altitude. Flight level 190, he said. I'm saying that with some confidence, but I may have got it totally wrong. It was either that or 110, so we might be about to get into trouble. Or we might not be. And we can increase our speed now to 290 knots, which is our optimal climb speed.
Whiskey, push and start approved, Canadian 1008, face out.
Well, that went pretty bloomin' well, I think, didn't it?
It's going to be 1735. Unfortunately, leaving my airspace box. Traffic is about 16 miles ahead of you. Until Unicom 122.8 and have a nice flight to Krakow.
Unicom on 122.8 for Scandinavian 1735. Copy the traffic, and thank you ever so much, Charles. Have a good one. Bye bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Copenhagen, hello, good afternoon. Food 814 information.
hog. Right, 350. We'll go all the way up now. That, of course, is the beauty of spending ages setting everything up. Twirls can finish his day of schooling and come give us control. Right, I'm sorry, I've missed a whole heap of chat. Let me catch up with that now. I think everything's going fine here. Yes, AIG, run easy run. So was that you, New Bricks, the Alpine? AIG still providing traffic, but you can't download the models. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, that was my fear, Willie. But Twirls wouldn't do that. The legend himself, absolutely. Yeah, he did miss half of us, Andrea, but he's a busy man, is Twirls. He's providing ATC on your first ever VATSIM flight. Was he, Lead Balloon? Awesome. You recently saw him departing from Düsseldorf. See, he's a celebrity now. He's a celebrity. Yeah, so we're on FMS1. It's just taking us slightly to the right of that line. We just have a little bit of an offset to the right, but whatever, it's fine. Twirls could do that for real. Good. Looks extremely hard. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of. There are some good tutorials if you want to fly on VATSIM. I learned pretty much everything I know from Aviation Pro. If you look him up on YouTube, he'll see you right. So yeah, listen to some of his tutorials. Spend a bit of time listening on various frequencies to get used to how it all works as an observer, and then just jump in, give it a go. Goodbye Copenhagen, indeed. Best of luck to yeah, absolutely. He'll be awesome at this in real life, I'm sure. Sorry if this question gets asked a lot, but how is the CRJ these days? There were quite a few bugs when it was first released. It's better than it was. It's still got bugs. It's not perfect, but it's certainly a lot smoother and works a lot better than it used to. Yeah. Let's just have a look at our climb checklist. I think we haven't turned the thrust reversers off, and that's it. Someone remind me to bloomin' arm them on the arrival. I never do that. You abandoned your flight due to some aircraft issues. Oh no. Yeah, exactly as Andrea said. Why you have bright landing lights but I just see 2 bulbs? Don't know, boss. And a little rainbow now. Did you say Mexican departure? I didn't hear. What, me? I don't think so, boss. Have you got Bloom enabled in the graphics settings? Ah, yes, it could be that. I don't have it on in P3D, but I do in MSFS. I think it looks quite good. You just realised in cruise you have roughly the same IS in the CJ4 as in the DC6. There's just a difference of 30,000 feet pressure altitude. Really? Gosh, I didn't know the DC6 was that quick. Oh, IAS, I suppose, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's just a lack of practice with the CJ4. I also thought the barrier heading push button was broken. Yeah, this right click, left click thing, I don't know how I feel about it. It does stop you accidentally pushing things, but then I didn't really accidentally push things before. About to be punished in 3, 2, 1. Good day, Ribbon, welcome! The trick about the push buttons inside the turn buttons is right click and then left click. Yeah, I knew it and I'd forgotten because I'm getting old. We got off almost an hour and a half early. Nice! Easy day today then, boss. Just wait till GSX comes out for MSFS and 1 hour setups will be the norm. Yeah, it's true. I mean, how do you get IFR clearance? Well, you call up, you say, for example, for us, if we were getting IFR clearance, I would have called up whoever's on ground, if they're online, and said, Copenhagen ground, Scandinavian 1735, on stand Alpha 8, with information, whatever the latest ATIS is, request IFR clearance to Krakow. And they'd have called back and they'd have said, cleared to Krakow as filed, runway 22 right in use, CIMEG 8 Charlie or whatever the hell it was, departure, set your squawk. That's all there is to it, really. That's the gist of it. Sped all the way home just to ensure I didn't crash. I mean, in the part now, we won't go down that route, Hulls. I'm just going to say thank you and leave it at that. You learned everything from guy who did VATSIM tutorials in America instead of Europe and is talking in American style. Right. Yeah, it's a whole different world out there. No worries, Led Balloon. Don't forget to thank you, Jenny. Much appreciated. Someone else read back Mexican instead of Nexon. Oh, right. You had one at Hong Kong, did you? Wasn't that easy? We had Met 3 and you already don't understand anything. Oh, right. Maybe because it's hard, that's why they're breaking it into small chunks and letting you go early. I don't know. Yeah. You'll get there, Trolls. I know you will. You're an intelligent man. BB, this is your first stream of mine. Welcome, boss. I hope you enjoy it. No, Simon with a resub to Club Filbert Gold, 10 months a member. Dual member for a lot of that. Cleared to yeet out of Copenhagen, Mango departure with the Mexican transition. Now, Simon, I don't know how to get text-to-speech to work with YouTube membership alerts. I don't know if it's possible, but every time you do this, I think I must look into the Streamlabs settings and see, because it feels like it should be, right? Oh, sorry, Trolls. Yeah, Castrop Apron. But my point was, you know, you call the station controlling the ground at the airport, or tower if he's not online. And, yeah. But thank you for the timely reminder. You must head to bed. Good night, Melon. We'll do a morning stream next week so you can make it for longer. The Australian one I'll try and do in the morning. Treat we win! Club Filbert Bronze Renewal. 4 months. Thank you very much indeed, boss. Much appreciated. You have the February lady now in Air Baltic calendar. Right. My point was entirely right. Delivery, then ground, then tower, then approach, then... Yeah, exactly, yeah. Towers on at Krakow. Are they... Ooh. I'm pleased they still are. I'm still slightly worried that they're going to disconnect before we get there, because they'd been online for blooming ages last time I checked. Don't like to get my hopes up. Oh no, it's a new person. 7 minutes he's been online. Awesome. Oh, okay. No, I'm not sure how it works either, Simon. But anyway, yeah, 10-month anniversary. It's a long time. Guess what you're going to make in there? Oh, you're going to make a cup of tea, Trolls. Are you developing a taste for it? Are we sufficiently above the visible moisture to turn the engine anti-ice off, do we think? Because I'd quite like to... Yeah, there's a happy gap there. Cowl anti-ice rather, can come off. Boom. Hopefully we can get a little bit more climb performance now. I'm so glad I didn't stick with SimBrief's planned level of 370. It would have taken forever to get there. Right, now we're safely in the air, and before everything gets exciting with our descent, or even our top of climb when I have to start managing the throttles, I'm just going to nip to the toilet. I shall be back momentarily. I am back. English T2. Same one you had yesterday, though, or a different one? Or is it actually imported, boss? So, yeah, the CRJ has caused me a lot of grief, both with icing and with no icing, but it behaving as if it was iStart. But I think that's got better. I think that's got better. Right, what do we want to be cruising at? We want to be cruising at... Oh, it hasn't quite switched over to the right MAC number. MAC decimal 77. Okay, altitude capture. Didn't get back a minute too soon, did I? Must be from Vancouver. Make it with me. Hi, welcome. How are you? So who is Philbert and who is Alexis? I do have multiple... Yeah, I do. I have multiple personalities. For those of you who don't know, Alexis is my real name. Philbert is my flying alter ego. I decided in the early days that I wanted a bit of anonymity on this channel, and then I got to know people, and it felt a bit weird not telling them my real name. So yeah, you can call me either. That's weird. I can't push heading at all now. There we are. Yeah, I don't like this right click, left click thing. So, cruising flight level 350, very nice. The beauty of this sim keeps catching me off guard. I know, I've been flying P3D a lot more lately than MSFS. And, yeah, and I've been loving it because I've been really enjoying the FS Labs and I've been really enjoying the 737. But it is so nice to come back into this sim and just look at the world and, you know, admire the clouds and the lighting, and yeah, it's Pog. Both sims are Pog. 50-50 for me at the moment. Sometimes I have a favourite. At the moment, they're neck and neck. Your tomorrow's plan: survive school, then control. Oh, good. Good luck. Good luck with both bits of your plan, Trudeau. Let's land. We're landing in Krakow. And we should be there in about 41 minutes, according to the aircraft. Make it with me. That's nothing. When Philbert's in the pub, he's Barney. Same tea, unfortunately. Okay, you're looking to getting some proper stuff at some point. Well, if you're enjoying it, Hulls, that's the main thing. It might be very good tea. You have to stick a tea bag in the post so I can give it my my expert opinion. To be honest, I've been painting myself as or you've been painting me as something as a tea expert. I rarely drink it. I maybe have 1 cup every couple of weeks, something like that. I'm much more into coffee. When Kodiak 100 stream? Well, we already did that for that group flight. The reality is, Wojtek, people don't watch my VFR streams. People want to watch me fly airliners. So, possibly never, unless we're doing a group flight when it's more about, you know, the fun of flying together than it is the stream. Can you move in the plane? You can certainly move around the cockpit, yes. Like that. You can't currently move all the way back into the cabin, although that can be set up by fiddling around with config files. What you can do, though, is flick through some views. Oh, wrong one. So this is the drone camera, and then we can switch to an interior view, like that. So it does have some interior views, and using Track IR you can actually edit these a little bit and look around. So yeah, you can actually sort it out so that you do have the ability to move all the way through the plane. But personally, I mostly stick to the cockpit when I'm flying, so I haven't bothered setting them up. You're real and much cooler now. Thank you, Toz. Still can't call me. No, I know. This is the trouble. This is the trouble with using another Christian name as my like pseudonym or my channel name or whatever you want to call it, or brand. Let's call it brand. People get used to it and they can't switch to calling me Alexis because they know me as Philbert, and that's fine. So Jenny and Ben are the main two who just cannot call me by my name. Nicholas, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the channel. If anyone else watching hasn't subscribed, I'd really like it if you did. You click the subscribe button, turn on notifications. You'll always be the first to hear about my upcoming live streams then. And if you wouldn't mind clicking the thumbs up button as well while you're down there, then that would be much appreciated, because it helps other people to find the channel. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, while I'm talking about stuff, you should all come and join my Discord server, which is where we hang out in between streams. I do the occasional group flight and things in there as well. So yeah, this is the link. Right, sorry, I've missed a bit, haven't I? It is a lovely day. It wasn't so nice in Copenhagen, but it's brightening up. It's brightening up. You call me... yeah, Sky. I answer to Sky God as well. That is one of my favourites. I don't know where it came from, but yeah. You still prefer X-Plane 11 over MSFS, do you? Yeah, fair enough. Your son's battling exams this week. Only term exams, though, so he can't wait for tomorrow. Is tomorrow half term, is it? Or... yeah, what's happening tomorrow for your son? It does become normalised with our online personas. I've surrendered to the fact that you're just Willy to pretty much everyone, regardless of whether they know your birthday or not. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I think of you as Willy, even though I know your name, it must be said. You've been waiting for the Concorde for Xbox Series X since you got it. Hope they release it soon. Yes, I hope so. Yeah, that will be fun. First aid course with Scouts on Saturday, playing in a rugby match on Sunday. Blimey, he's a busy boy, isn't he? Good night, Optimum Pride. Thank you for stopping by. Sleep well. Coffee's lovely as well, but you drink way too much of it at school. Yeah, it's nice to have something a bit more low-key, isn't it, sometimes? This is the CRJ 900. Make it with me. Flight from Tivat to Ljubljana for a future stream. What's it flown in real life, Zupaniki? Stage name. That's something different again. I don't share that on my streams. Like, share, subscribe, and join the cult. Oh yes, yeah, join the cult. Yeah. So if you like what you're seeing and you'd like to be a real big part of the Film That Flies community, you can become a channel member, and that will make you part of Club Filbert, which is my YouTube membership program. Where for only £1.99 a month at the lowest level, you get custom emojis, a member's badge next to your name, like you'll see many of in the chat, and access to private channels on my Discord server. Then we have Club Filbert Silver, which is the next tier up, and we go for a monthly group flight every month. We're doing 2 this month, in fact, because I missed one. That's still quite cheap, £4.99 a month, £4.99, or equivalent in your local currency. And then gold is for the absolute legends who want it all and can have it all in Club Filbert Gold. So you get to choose where I fly, basically. Every week we have a vote on where we're flying to the following week, and the ones that come out on top are the flights I stream. So yeah, click the join button if you'd like to know more about that. And if you wish to, if you don't want to get involved with that, perhaps £1.99 a month is a sort of a commitment you don't want to make, you can make a one-off donation via streamlabs.com/filbertflies. That's it. Only Philbert sounds better than only Alexis. Yeah, it does. It's true. It's true. Cruise altitude 350, Scar Stitches. I really think that we have to do the New York SFRA Hudson River VFR corridor on VATSIM. It's really fun because you have to follow some specific rules and report several visual waypoints on frequency. That does sound pretty good, actually. Simon, I'd like you to take me for this trip, because I don't know what I'm doing VFR on VATSIM, particularly in America. But I'd love to give it a go. Possibly not on stream, at least the first time. But yeah. Which are we currently? You know, I'm your passenger. What do you mean, which are you currently? It's overcast 300 hour. Yeah, it was really, really horrible when we left. But yeah, perking up a little bit. You have the benefit of basically using your birth name everywhere by now. Yeah, that's sensible, I think. Back for the approach and landing. Got to do a bit of study as well. Okay, Martin, no problem at all. In Australia, or in your state at least, you haven't gone back to school yet due to a 2-week delay because of COVID. Oh, right. And how do you feel about that? Are you missing it? Oh, no worries, Mark. No worries. Oh, I had a stinker on Wordle yesterday. I failed to get it for the first time ever. Where can we donate? Thank you. You found it. You found it. Can you please send link for donation? I will. I'll paste it. I'll put it in the chat in case anyone else would like to donate. Streamlabs.com/filbertflies. But thank you very much for the £1, much appreciated. How can you install this game? You can buy it via the Microsoft Store or Steam. Ah, it was you, boss. I just got the PayPal notification. Thank you, Simon, very much for the £1 and mostly for the reminder. Yeah, Xbox Store or Steam. Australia and New Zealand have lost their minds over COVID. Way too strict mask man. Oh, I don't agree, J-Mac. I think wearing masks is the blooming bare minimum we can do if we ever want this thing to end and stop the hospitals being overwhelmed. That's my view. What did I just jinx? Oh, flying. Oh, yes, yeah, by a business jet. Yeah, possibly, Nikki. Maybe. Does sound like quite a good idea. What did I jinx? You got yesterday. Is it the same for everyone? Can't remember what it was though. Got today's in 4. I got today's in 3, but yeah, yesterday's I did. Oh, jinxed it. Yesterday's I didn't get at all. Yesterday's was moist. And for some reason, I guessed I was doing badly, and then I guessed hoist, and obviously that's much less likely, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, there goes my streak and my 100% down to 96%. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Today was a better day. When I'm panning around, is your stream really stuttery? Because it looks okay in the sim, but I'm just looking at Streamlabs and it seems kind of a bit stuttery. Oh well, nothing we can do about it. I'll just stop looking at it. The thing about VFR and VATS, yeah, it's true. Your mandates are very strict in Austria. The thing about VFR and VATSIM is the communication part is way more relaxed than IFR. However, you have to navigate yourself and always look at the VFR charts. Yes. Although American VFR charts are quite easy to come by for free, aren't they? So, yeah. It is a bit stuttery. I wonder why. I'm not seeing any issues with the stream. I haven't got any notifications. What are we outputting at? 6,000, that's what I've always done. Video, 1920 by 1080, 60 FPS. Ooh, maybe I normally do 30 FPS. I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry if it is a bit stuttery. You did hoist, joist, and miss and moist on the last one. Yeah. I honestly thought I was going to keep going and get them all in the end, but no. Honestly, if you get to 5, it's very tense, isn't it? About 120 miles to descent for you. Cool. Somehow I like it that you can basically do what you want as long as you don't bust any airspace. Yeah, I really should get into it. I really should get into VFR and VATSIM. Especially as I'm learning to fly in real life. It does seem a bit stupid that I haven't done it, but I don't know. There's a good free VFR chart from the Danish ANSP as well. Is there? Okay. So small technical info on why that occurs. The coding used to reduce video bandwidth often copes really badly with horizontal panning. Interesting! Very interesting. Thank you for that, Alex. How did I get it in 3? What, today's? Well, I can't really say too much because otherwise it might give clues and spoilers to people who haven't done it yet. But I'll have a look, see what I did. See what I can say without giving it away. Oh yeah, so I was fortunate that I got 3 of the letters in the right place on the first guess. And then I added in 1 of the missing letters on the second guess. and then got it right on the third guess with the final letter. No, YouTube won't let anyone post a link. I don't know why, other than me. Hello, Vincent. Welcome. How are you? Luckily got the M quite early on in a wrong position yesterday. Ah, okay, yeah. There's a good online VFR chart for most of Central Europe. Yes, please do, Simon. Yeah, useful. Teachers VFR on VATSIM. What about RFS? I'm not that into mobile flight sims, make it with me. No, I can't speak any Swedish, I'm afraid. Come practice VFR in EKCH Centre TMA with you. Yeah, okay, that sounds fun, Trells. We can do a sightseeing tour over the city, maybe. I'd be up for that. No, that's enough of an explanation. And thank you for it. I'm curious now. If I go up and down, is it better? Yeah, it does look better actually. It's still a bit stuttery, but not the long pauses that we got as we went round and round. Yeah, what do you know? 3 out of 6. Yeah, same. 33. Oh, we're talking about Wordle. Wordle, Simon. It's a daily word game. That everyone's suddenly involved in, and yeah, basically you have to guess a 5-letter word, and you get 6 goes, and on each go it'll tell you if you've got the letters in the right place, in which case they'll go green, and it'll also tell you if you've got the right letter but in the wrong place, in which case it'll go orange. It's very addictive, and it's quite quick. You can usually do them in 4 or 5 minutes. The way Wordle works reminds me of the old game Mastermind. Yeah, I was reading an article about it where someone else compared it to Mastermind, actually, with the coloured pegs. Made some Welsh get super rich. Yes, but he didn't intend to get rich out of it, I don't think. It's my understanding anyway. I mean, there were no ads on it. He didn't make any money out of it at all. And then the New York Times rocked up and offered him 7 figures for it. And he said, yeah, I mean, as you would, right? You use the colourblind mode. How does that work then? Right, so we are only 175 nautical miles out now, which to me suggests we probably ought to start preparing for the descent. So the first thing we're going to do is set the landing elevation, which is going to be 779. Doing on that 700, 20, 40, 60, 80. Close as we can get it, 780 feet. We're going to check that there are no discontinuities on the legs page. Don't think there are, because we checked before. And we're going to ask to fly, well, we are going to fly the full thing. Yeah, because Wojtek says it gives us very nice views of the city as we go, so hopefully there won't be too much cloud. I think there might be, but anyway, we're going to fly the full thing if we can. What else? Landing data from the EFB. So back to performance, and we've got our landing speeds here. VREF of 137, so we'll set all of those. ILS frequency we'll put into the standby. In fact, you know what we ought to do really? Just check the METAR and make sure that they're still using 2.5. Yeah, 230 at 11. They will be. Few clouds 2,200, broken 6,000. Oh, we should be able to see something then. Good news. Set the ILS frequency on standby. What is the ILS frequency? 110.3. Set it to actual. We're not using any other VORs or anything like that. And we'll set the minimums, which for a category... Ooh, Simon, did you say that the 900 was Cat D or just the 1000, boss? If you're still here. Caffel, I'm glad you made it, boss. Welcome. Yeah, this was Caffel's idea ages and ages and ages ago, and I've been putting it on the weekly vote in the Club Filbert Gold channel for ages. And only this week has it actually won. It changes the colours of the guesses. Oh, I see. Ah, right, okay, okay. I sort of assumed you meant it just didn't give you any colours or anything, and I thought, well, how can you ever get it then? But no, that makes more sense. You got a card-based game called Dobble yesterday. Oh yes, I've heard of that. 900 is a Cat D. Roger, boss. In that case, 1012. It's only, yeah, 1012. And we're doing MDA. One zero. We'll allow ourselves 2 feet extra to spot the runway. That's still only 233 feet above ground level, so it's fine. Because of the high approach speed, right? Yeah, that does make sense. The Welsh never intend to do much. Willie, careful. Cards have multiple images on them, and you have to find the one in the center pile and match the one in your hand. Okay. I thought you would be careful. I thought you would be. Here, have a wing view as well, for what it's worth. I don't really like the CRJ wing views, but... Right, let's have a quick look at our star and see what we've got in the way of constraints. So, we want to be... at or above flight level 110 by the time we get to Odsob. So that's our initial constraint. We'll aim for that. And then further descent is going to be... well, it would be via ATC, but I think there's still just tower online. So... we're going to make sure we don't descend below these minimum safe altitudes of 3,200 feet in this sector and 3,000 in this sector. And we want to be at or above 5,000 feet at Borsey. And then we can descend to 4,000 feet by Offuck and 3,000 feet then to intercept the glide. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Double would be great as an after-dinner game when you've had a few beers. Yeah, does sound like the sort of thing. We had flights from Copenhagen to Wroclaw, but I think this is no longer a thing. Oh, a shame. Were they Scandinavian? You have to go and get ready for your hospital appointment, so I'll finish the stream later. Okay, Mark, good luck. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine, and it'll be well worth doing. But thank you. Yeah, nice to see you, and see you on the next one, I hope. I'm sure I'm pronouncing Wroclaw very wrong. Sorry, Cathal. With the SAS CRJs. Well, if there's a decent scenery, I am not averse to the idea of doing that in the future. Is Krakow Tower still online? Yes, and Atis. Nice. Transition level is still 80. Runway code 655. First part wet, second part wet, third part wet. Okay, so wet runway. I can almost guarantee it's going to be covered in snow in the sim though. Too cloudy, oh that's a shame. Polish Sea is basically Z. But there isn't a... Oh, Wroclaw. Ah, okay. Wroclaw. Is that better? Don't know. We're waiting for one by... I can't see, I've lost my confidence in all pronunciation. Waiting for one by Drzewiecki. Drzewiecki? Something like that. Okay, good. Well, when it comes out... Captain Robbie, hello, welcome. Back in the wonderful CRJ. Haven't seen any updates in a while. No, I don't think there have been any updates in a while, to be honest. I think this is probably pretty much its finished state. So were you both born there? Or did you just move there for work, Cathal? Thank you, I'm glad I got it better. Gotta go quick, don't want Philbert to judge my landing. It's a big location for your employer. I've heard some very, very bad ways of pronouncing it over the years. Okay. L with the line through it is not L, no, I'm sure. Let's get into the old Dyer Intuk page, so that we can keep an eye out. Well, first things first. Let's check the constraints. So 110 above at Odsob. Correct. I think he says without actually looking at it. Yeah, that's correct. 110 above. Then it should be 5,000 or above at Borsey. Yep, that's correct. 4,000 above at Offuck. Yeah, and the runway elevation's not bang on, but close enough. Right, so to get down to our first altitude, if we... where's it going to put us actually? At Odsob, it's going to put us at flight level 263. Okay, so we're going to be way above. Yeah, this all looks very manageable, doesn't it? Awesome. You moved there for work and college here. Ah, okay. Yeah, MSFS said the CRJ won't improve much and we can expect similar quality from future products. They declare themselves as mid-range products. Somewhat said that the CRJ got overhyped by the community. Hey, really? Hope they don't mean me. On MSFS weather, it's getting snowy around Krakow. Is it? Is it actually snowing? Why? Why me? Willie, you've what? You've lost me there. You've totally lost me there, boss. Once you reach Krakow, please despawn so we can have a parking spot. There's loads of parking at Krakow, there. Loads of parking. Crazy that it's more than a year since MSFS came out and the only good payware airliner is the CRJ. Yeah, it is and it isn't. I don't think there's been much more than one payware airliner within a year of any sim release, though, to be honest. On Aerosoft, fallout from the Twin Otter release without a doubt. Our mutual friend had a role in that with his very fair and balanced... Oh, yeah, he did. I shared that on my server, actually. I thought he's done a better job on that than I could hope to do, so yeah. Plus, I can't be bothered with reviewing things anymore. And why your bus driving career, Willie? Oh, that's true. Yeah, I'd forgotten about the DC-6. Modern airliner, I guess you meant. So, 40 nautical miles from our top of descent. I have to say, I really like the CRJ. I really do. Mid-level, I don't know. I think there's, you know, there's plenty worse add-ons in other sims than this, and if by mid-level they mean it doesn't simulate failures and it has one or two bugs, then yeah, but it's a pretty complete simulation. There's not a lot that you would want to do to get it from A to B that isn't modelled. I think we're heading for quite a few planes released at the same time. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Yeah, 2E1633 and Scandinavian 29 are ever so close to each other. Fortunately, I have a bit of a gap. We've got Nikki behind me, and those two ahead of me. But I think I'm going to be all right. FSX was a crap show for like 4 years. Yeah, it was. I just couldn't use it. It was an awful sim when it came out. I went straight back to FS 2004. SFS will be there. Yeah, MSFS will be there much quicker. It will. Mac point. Okay, yeah, you're sorting out your spacing. Good. True story. When I was a kid, bus drivers were amazing because they drove big vehicles and could open and close a door with a lever. Yeah. I used to feel the same about train drivers, except with buttons rather than a lever. Simon, welcome. Simon van der Held. That's 3 in the chat. That's a lot of Simons, but welcome, boss. Just always have to bring up the DC. You do. I kind of have regrets about not having got it. Cough, cough, a certain captain guy. Who? Yeah, but PMDG and Phoenix would already release at least one plane, but because of the issues with the sim, they have to... Yeah, it's true. I really hope they do share what they've learned. It would be a real shame if they didn't, kept it to themselves. No event, Nadgi. No. It's just me and people who are flying along with me. Do you think, Simon? When do you anticipate the Phoenix coming out? I will not, Nikki. Nikki's just sent me a ping on V-Pilot. Do I fly more on VATSIM? Yeah, almost exclusively on VATSIM. The only time I don't fly on VATSIM is when I'm doing a VFR flight, basically. But even that might change, I think. Okay, let's get ready for our descent with our altitude down to 11th flight level 110. And we'll engage VS mode. Set it to 0 for now. Yes, I think they are both in beta, yeah. That is a border of snow, yeah, it is. Pretty sure it is, anyway. No, I'm less sure. Anyway, when I checked that my Krakow scenery was working today, it was covered in snow. Why did you choose to name my memberships Gold, Silver and Bronze while you could have gone for Business Class, Economy Plus and Economy? I copied British Airways Executive Club tiers. They call them Bronze, Silver and Gold. And then my Twitch subscription tiers are Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald, in line with One World frequent flyer status. What I heard, beta tests usually take about 3 months. If the Phoenix team has a lot of people, we may even see it around Easter. Yeah, you never know. Always wondering if such a border of snow is realistic or not. I mean, they tend to be a little bit stark, I think, in the sim, but, you know, there must exist, there do exist, you know, borders where you go from no snow to snow. As soon as the Phoenix is out, MSFS will be back on my PC. Really looking forward to that plane. Be a release date purchase for sure, yeah. I hope it's good. I so hope it's good. I really see the PMDG and the Phoenix as key parts of deciding the future of MSFS as a serious simulation platform. I think if at least one is... I think if at least one is good and close to study level and not too buggy, then the future of MSFS is bright. I think if they're both a bit disappointing for whatever reason, then maybe not so much. As I say, I've been enjoying P3D a lot lately, and I'd forgotten just how satisfying it is to have, you know, aircraft with proper systems depths that work properly and a relatively stable platform to run them on. Have you had any snow up in Scotland yet, Willie, this year? Let me get the Krakow tower frequency pre-tuned, so that's one less thing to panic about when we're turning final. Yeah. Gosh, the Samaji bargy between some pilots. Oh dear, on Unicom on text. Still loving the FS Labs 320. Yeah. I am. I think I'm slightly preferring the 737 purely because I haven't flown it for much longer. And I do love the fly-by-wire. I do love the fly-by-wire. I just like flying in something that's like the real world. But yeah, that said, I did do a lot of flights in the A319 yesterday. Well, yesterday and the day before. And enjoyed them a lot. Very little this year compared to last year. No sledging opportunities. That's a shame. Any difference with the CRJ 500, 700 or the 900, 1000 purchase options other than the body length? No, not really. I mean, the 1000 has coupled VNAV IRL, which you can actually enable on any of the models. But yeah, if you want to play with that and you want to do it realistically, then that's one advantage to the 1000. But no, it is. I'm pretty sure that they actually said themselves that it's just the exterior models. Beautiful. Yeah, so the snow is sort of coming in gradually, isn't it? It's not a proper thick blanket, which is good. How long dare I stay out of the cockpit before things go wrong? That's the only thing I don't like about streaming this plane. Is that you can't spend as long admiring the views. That airport down there is Katowice, if anyone's interested. Yeah, if the PMTG and the Phoenix have bugs and break with every update, we may look at a similar timeline to FSX, with the sim being used for high-level system simulation. Yeah, it's possible. Love the Neo itself, but I'd love to fly some older planes like 738 or A320CO. Yeah. I mean, I don't find the experience of flying a CO drastically different to flying a Neo. But it would be nice to have the option. Here it is, looks very good. It does look good, doesn't it? Meeting rescheduled, so I'll be missing the landing. Oh, Alex, I'm sorry to hear that, boss. Never mind, you can always catch up. Love the Star Wars looking engines on the CRJ. Yeah, I know. It is a nice plane. The more I look at it, the more I like how it looks. When I first got it, I thought it was a bit ugly, really. But no, it is a nice looking plane. 1000's perhaps a little bit too long and thin for my taste. Carissa, what you're just sending blank messages? Why? Very important airport in Poland, mostly used for cargo and charters. Ah, interesting. Don't know why, but I named my airport CEO airport as Filbert's Paradise. Did you? Awesome. How is airport CEO? I got really into Sim Airport for a little while and then really got bored of it. I don't know, I played for like 6 hours one evening and then 6 hours the next day, and then I was like, right, I'm done now. 900 is perfect for its length, yeah. Once you land, you're going to watch me land. Yes, Roger, I assumed you would. Right, so we're past that constraint. So the next constraint, as I said earlier, is 5,000 feet by Borsey. So let's wind our altitude down. There we are. 5,000 feet. Did you block her, Cav? Oh, God. Oh dear. Airport CEO is addictive. I'll have to give it a go one day. Really good, but the AI pathfinding is so frustrating that I always give up after. What, for the passengers, you mean? I found that with Sim Airport as well, actually. Apologies after I clicked time. Oh, hopefully they'll be back. Right, so a few gaps in the clouds. We might yet see something. It's possible. Only for 300. Okay. Oh, the whole lot. Okay. Yeah, that is annoying. I don't really need another addiction anyway, I don't think. I got really into Prison Architect. All of these games, I get really into them for like a few days and I can't put them down. And then I get frustrated and stop and never touch them again. It's a bit of a waste of life. Another Becky. There's only one Becky, Jenny. There'll only ever be one Becky. Haven't seen her lately, though. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that, to be honest with you, but yeah, it is a shame. They can't be untimed out. Oh, Christ, anti-ice. Dear, oh dear. I mean, we got there in time, but it would have been nice to be a little bit more prepared, rather than waiting till you almost hit the cloud. Still doing this hunting thing. Now that's a bug, right? That is a bug. That's something that should be fixed. I don't think that's something you can just say, well, it's a mid-level airliner. Well, you know, should be able to follow an LNAV course. Even if it's a basic level airliner. Yeah, you do. You do. They're very clever at getting you hooked to these games. You also like the look of Airport CEO more than Sim. Oh, really? Yeah, I remember comparing them, and they both had similar levels of sort of positive and negative feedback. Yeah. And I think I just picked one at random, to be honest with you. Right, let's get our seatbelt sign on. Get our landing lights on. Thrust reversers armed. I got my landing lights on early because for some reason on the CRJ I always forget them. So yeah, although we're above 10,000, it's fine. We're hoping to, Caffel. I just hope the clouds allow us a good look at it. And we'll set our speed bug to 250. The real CRJ had the problem. Oh, did it really? Gosh, I never. Oh, here's a question for Caffel and Wojtek. Why is I think it's pronounced Krakow, right, in Polish. Why is it sometimes spelt with a C and sometimes with a K? Are both correct or not? You got into Prison Architect several times, every time there was a major update with mail or the commissary. Yeah, I could give it another go. I think I'm more inclined to give Prison Architect another go than get into Airport CEO, to be honest. Just waiting for someone to come out with a bus for Flytsim, and some guy's going to drive that across Europe. I mean, if they came out with a bus and they did something with super high resolution ground imagery and a little bit of modelling of buildings and things like that along the route, I would be sorely tempted to do that myself. Krakow is the field. God. Ah, dearie me. Krakow is the only correct spelling, but who wouldn't understand it with the K's? In fact, I'd say the C's are more likely to be misunderstood because it could be Strasov, I suppose. Both are correct. I guess they made Krakow for tourists, maybe. Seems strange though, because, you know, certainly in English, and I think almost any language, it would be pronounced the same either way. Right, 250 knots, descending through 9,300, or flight level 903. Are we low enough? It sort of feels like we might not be low enough. But we'll trust the plane and hope for the best. And because we're descending to an altitude rather than a flight level, we will set a local pressure of 1018 according to the sim. And let's get our speed back now. We'll go idle thrust for a little while. It's kind of crept up on me, I won't lie to you, this approach. Probably don't want to be intercepting the localizer at 240 knots, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly the same, Willie. Yeah, I'm sad there's no Melbourne in the world update. Okay, let us hit Loc. Oh, there is no Loc on this, is there? Let us hit approach and see if it intercepts and switches. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't, we can mess around a little bit with heading mode. Loc 1 is being intercepted. Awesome. And we may as well intercept the glide slope as well. Follow it down. Right. I'm going to have to concentrate a little bit, so I may well miss some chat. My apologies if I do. So we want to be at 200 feet, 200 knots before our... What? Where? Oh no. How's that happened? Oh god, what's he doing? Oh, he seems to be breaking off. Krakow traffic, Scandinavian 1735 is established on the localizer runway 25. Other aircraft to my left, are you going around? Get some flaps out now. Why is it descending? Why is it descending when I set my altitude to 5,000 feet? This plane. If I'm going around, thank you. Oh dear. We seem to have lost our glide slope as well. Might have to go around ourselves at this rate. Let's give it a lot of oomph. Just wants to pitch up. This is not a good idea. This is just not a good idea. Oh dear. Let's go back into VS. Set a lower altitude and see if we can salvage it or not. I'll call tower if and when I'm established on the ILS. If not, we'll go around and try again. Right. Let's just select... Oh Christ. Select 4,000 feet. VS down to there. Right, let's tune tower. I think we're going to be alright. Right, come on, intercept the glide. I mean, it's still white, but it does seem to be capturing it, so that's fine. Okay, Krakow Tower, Scandinavian 1735, established ILS runway 25. Continue approach, Scandinavian 1735. Okay. We're established. That was dicey. That was dicey though, wasn't it? Right, let me double check our V approach. Well, VREF is 134, so yeah, we're fine at 140 for now.
1633, welcome to Krakow, continue taxi via the Foxtrot Bravo Juliet, Zulu Tango to stand 1, the 20.
Foxtrot Bravo Juliet Zulu stand 20, is that for 251633?
Right, gear down.
And after Zulu is
keep that power up. Thank you, Martin.
After that, taxiway Tango, A firm side to 5633.
Yeah, that's it. It's lovely when it works, and not so lovely when it doesn't work. Anyway, can we see any of Krakow? Yes, we can. Minimum approach speed, Scandinavian 1735. I mean, we're at it, to be honest with you. Oh, so we did get some nice views in spite of all the last-minute stress. Yeah, it's so hard to keep control of your speed when you're outside though. It's hard enough in the cockpit. I'll let you look out the window. Periodically. Yeah, we're too slow again. So we've got one taking off ahead of us. Reversers are armed. Let's do our landing checklist. Passenger signs are on. Landing gears down. Flaps are full. Thrust reversers armed. Awesome.
Expect late landing clearance.
Roger, Scandinavian 1735. No, I don't either, Simon. Once almost had to give it 95% of NY. Yeah, it's not good.
Establish 25 left as Scandinavian 29.
Scandinavian 29, continue.
Hello, Satir. I'm all right. I'm all right. Had the usual flurry of worry, let's call it, with the CRJ approach. But we're all right now. Yeah. How are you? You did try humour. Welcome. Still, at least it has captured both localizer and glide slope in the end. Oops, my bad. I did leave my spoilers out. Can't blame the aircraft for that. Cleared to land, runway 25, Scandinavian 1735. Yeah, I think it's just about worth it, dry humour. It's frustrating at times, but it is a fun plane to fly. Once you get used to its foibles. It's the sort of plane you have to fly quite often to remember its various bugs and foibles. But I do enjoy it. Particularly when I'm not streaming it, if I'm honest. If it's just me and I can properly concentrate, things tend to go better than when I'm streaming it and looking at the chat as well. I am conscious that I've missed quite a bit of chat on this approach as well. My apologies for that. I'll catch up when we're parked up.
200.
The evening Scandinavian 2795 with you.
50, 40, 30,
20. 27906 standby. Break 29 like expect light landing clearance.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Even 1735, please vacate left.
Roger, we'll vacate left. There's an aircraft just spawned in front of us on the runway, but vacating left at the next available Scandinavian 1735.
Scandinavian 29 when it's 2309 around San Andreas traffic clear to land.
And we're down. Bye, boss. Glad you got to see it. See you soon. Ooh, my lights are all over the place. What's happened there? Oh well. That wasn't bad, was it? Pity about the plane on the runway. But yeah, I don't know why. Don't know how that happened. Don't know why people do that. Flashbacks of NZ, yep. Yep.
Scandinavian 1735, welcome to Krakow, continue taxi via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu, Tango to stand 717.
Continue taxi via Bravo, Juliet, Zulu and Tango to stand 7. Confirmed, Scandinavian 1735. I think he said 7. Stand. Not sure. Krakow Tower, apologies. Scandinavian 1735. Was it stand 7 or stand 17?
Stand 17.
Roger, stand 17, Scandinavian 1735. Does the CRJ have a working top of descent and VNAV? It has advisory VNAV, it doesn't have coupled VNAV, except for the 1000, which does have coupled VNAV. That plane still just sat there on the runway. I'm starting to wonder if it's like not VATSIM traffic, or I don't know. What is it? Right. No. Just going to pause here a minute and try and see who it is on Volanta. He's not showing up on Volanta. I don't think. I don't know. I'm really, really confused. Really confused. Anyway, whatevs. Pesmary had a landing speed of 200 knots. No, I can't. But then I don't have AI traffic on or anything. So I don't know what it is. I really don't. Strict controls can give you a hard time, but often they're excellent in their spacing and keeping control of everything. Yeah, it's true. I mean, to be fair, this guy presumably can't see the plane on the runway. It could well be something to do with my setup, I think. I did turn off statics in the Orbex settings for the airport. I just wonder if that's messed something up. Let's just pause here and watch this person land, shall we? Thank you, make it with me. Yeah, I will, Trolls.
Krakow Tower Gate, Scandinavian 122 established in the ILS 2225.
I know that voice. Bit floaty, whoever that was, but it looked pretty smooth. Oh, sugar. Plane's just shot off. It's alright though.
Continue approach number 3 to Scandinavian 172.
Okay, 2705, established ILS 25.
No, I didn't abandon the ILS. It got it down. Yeah, it will be velocity, yeah.
Scandinavian 2795, can we get the speed again?
Scandinavian 2795, speed 160 until...
Right, Juliet, that's this one. Don't know why I couldn't come down golf, but anyway.
604, do you mean Scandinavian 2795?
And then Tango should be...
Charlie Golf, Krakow Tower.
Krakow Tower, dobry wieczór, widzę tu.
Not the first one, but the second one.
ILS, runway 25.
Please,
That'll be Sierra.
140 or less.
Please say again, Wizard 26 Charlie Golf.
Wizard 26 Charlie Golf, minimum approach speed.
Does the anti-ice... Oh, does it? Because it gives it that little bit of extra engine power. Okay.
26 Charlie Golf.
762 Golf, Krakow.
And then 17 should be, I think, the first on our left. There we are, 17.
River 26 Charlie Golf, I prefer one right orbit 360.
Wizard 26.
Yeah, I'll open the doors once we've stopped.
One orbit.
Probably go and watch the other landings first.
Broken transmission.
Yeah, I prefer one right orbit, one 360 turn. Because
Roger, one right orbit. Wizard 26 Charlie Golf.
Is 1 mile.
Here we go. Parking brakes set. APU should be online. Yes, it is. So we can switch off the engines.
River 26 Charlie Golf, go around, I say go around. When able, monitoring.
Beacon can come off. Seatbelts can come off. And we'll go and stick the chocks in.
Wizard 26 Charlie Golf.
Open the door. And
transmission is broken, so
there it goes.
Okay.
And we'll see who's coming in next.
Flying
Gosh,
one
this is
orbit.
Fairly chaotic, isn't it?
For traffic
Thank you, Martin, for saying beautiful landing.
Can we get line clear?
The person behind me had a landing speed of 200 knots, really? Great. Let's just see if this plane's still there.
Scan 172 Krakow.
Say yes, Scandinavian 172.
No, he's gone. So what was that about? What was that bizjet all about?
Scandinavian 172.
Very mysterious. Very mysterious. Anyway, let's watch some landings. Must have been a ghost plane. Marky, you caught my landing. Check out screenshots on Discord. Oh, nice, I will. Who's this coming in now, though, first off? Someone is Orbiter. Orbiter is inbound. Behind him we have someone coming in from Luton. And behind him we have Scandinavian 172. Yeah, this is what I mean. You get this juddering on the horizontal plane that you never used to get. Or certainly I don't remember you getting. But the vertical depiction is much, much better. So yeah, I don't know what that's about. Velocity is clearly not everything. Fear you've parked completely wrong since you only have the standard scenery. Oh, never mind, Simon.
Scan 172, no speed 83, no 86 restrictions.
Okay. Busy here today, and it's not just us either.
You be second to approach behind the Canadian 172.
Is that 26 Charlie Golf copied? Flying another one orbit.
Oh, I see. The Wizz Air 26 Charlie Golf is the one doing the orbits, right?
Canadian 2795, welcome to Krakow, taxi via Bravo.
Yeah, it could be, Simon. It could be. Wizz Air minimum approach speed. Wizz Air still on 200 knots, 2 minutes later.
Bravo, Julius 1011, Scandinavian 2795.
He's in an A321, so he should be able to do a right orbit without too much issue.
Canadian 2795.
Scandinavian 132, can we come off minimum approach speeds?
In the 172, no ATC speed restrictions, you can continue normal.
Ah, yes, so the Wizz Air's broken off. I missed all what was going on here, but the Wizz Air seemed to be way ahead of...
Clear to land runway 25, Scandinavian 172, thank you.
Scandinavian 172. But anyway, he's out the way now. Scandinavian 172. Aussie MSFS pilot, I imagine, I assume, is next to land. And behind him, we have someone who's coming in from Munich in a 319. And then we have the Wizz Air 26 Charlie Golf, probably, and that'll be the lot. Yeah, I don't think they are used to this amount of traffic. No, I don't think so. It's looking good though, isn't it, this airport? There's less snow than when I spawned in this morning, which means the runway is clear, as it should be. The grass looks perfect. The taxiways are also clear, which is good. So yeah, it looks really nice. When the snow's really thick, or what I found this morning with really thick snow is that you could only see the yellow lines through the snow. That wasn't so good. But anyway, yeah. Good old Drzewiecki. It's done well.
Lufthansa 6 Tango Tango Krakow.
I don't know. I don't know if the Lufthansa is actually on VATSIM. He might not be. He's just showing up as blue on Volanta. For those of you who are curious about what the random number generator said about my landing rate, it was minus 137.1. Tao's doing a solo quali now. Really? Oh god. Poor guy. No, you should not, Andrea. Flying an A321 in XP or P3B doesn't automatically give you skills though, boss. That's true. So who's this? Who's this CRJ now? Getting all muddled up. That must be...
2795, there's currently an Scandinavian CRJ parked in Juliet. Do you know when they'll be moving? Scandinavian 2795, there's currently a Scandinavian CRJ parked on Juliet. Do you know when they will be moving?
There isn't.
Which airplane? Which aircraft?
I don't know the call sign, but I'm currently seeing a CRJ parked on Juliet.
Which what?
It's from Juliet.
No, I'm not on Juliet. Juliet goes round sharp right if you're watching. In line with the edge here. Juliet's sort of more than 45 degree, well, yeah, 45 degree angle round-ish. Flying, yeah, you had to do a manual descent in the US the other day, as you know, and practice from the A321X served you well. Yeah. It did. Beautiful. Absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. Well done. I think Aussie MSFS pilot, right? Volanta has not updated, but anyway, that was a lovely, lovely landing. All Alexis landings are good landings. Thank you, Twills. If only it was true. Now listen, I think that's the last. Oh no, there's one more coming in. This will be. We may as well watch the. No, I don't know. Volanta's way behind. Don't know who's next. We may as well watch this one. Got a couple more to go. Someone Tango Tango. Ah, okay, this is the guy who's coming in from Munich.
Minimum speed approach and establish ILS 25 with that 26 Charlie Golf.
Probably a weak upload bandwidth. Could be, yeah. That last one was very smooth, wasn't it? Now, before any of you shoot off, I know some of you may not want to watch all these landings, even if I do. The next stream is happening on Sunday at 1300 Zulu over on Twitch. Do make sure you follow me over there, because I do half my streams on there, and you get to see my beautiful face, which is a bonus for some people, not so much for others. Yeah, and I'm going to be giving away 2 €10 sim market vouchers on that stream, courtesy of Simulations. So make sure you're there if you're able to be. But yeah, we're going to stick around. We're going to watch a couple more landings, say some goodbyes, and then yeah, call it a day until Saturday. Till Sunday, rather. Yeah, let's have a little look at the disc.
Accept light landing clearance with a 26 Charlie Golf.
Welcome to Krakow, continue taxi via Delta Bravo.
Oh, they're lovely. I shall show them. Thank you both Marker
Say again.
and Wojtek for those. Let's see.
Welcome to Krakow, continue taxi via Bravo.
We'll watch this landing first and then we'll have a look.
Tango 220.
Bravo, Juliet, Zulu, Tango, stand.
See you on Sunday, Martin. Have a good rest of your day.
Zulu Santa 7 Tango Tango, please vacate runway, we're bound away.
Yeah, that wasn't... yeah, it's just freezing. I wonder if low bandwidth is a bigger issue with velocity because it refreshes much more often. Could be, couldn't it?
Yeah, we'll go.
Back to the comfort of your Twitch home. You prefer Twitch as well, do you, Alex? Do you? I didn't know that, I don't
Charlie
think.
Golf, go around and requesting visual approach runway 25.
Oh dear, he's had to go around.
Continue publish monitoring you want to disable items for your information. No aircraft on the final, so you can approach now. Shame.
It was all going so beautifully. And he was seconds of separation more would have done it. K7Z Zulu November, you're flying CRJ 550 right now from... Is that Albuquerque to Denver? Nice, hope it goes well, boss. Simon, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Thank you for your donation, boss, as well. And for your... well, congratulations, shall I say, for your 10-month anniversary in Club Filbert. Right, let's just see who we have parked up, see if I can make sense of this. I don't think we'll wait for that Wizz Air to go around, but let's see. So, we have me on stand 17. To the right of me, we've got Hotel November 16, who is in a CJ4. Can't remember who that was. Shout up if you're in the CJ4.
5x5.
And then over here we have Papa Hotel 11 Alpha in the Challenger. I think that was Marker, if I'm not mistaken. To the right of him we have someone we don't know. And to the left of him in the CRJ 900 we've got Scandinavian 31 Yankee. Could be Wojtek perhaps, not entirely sure. And taxiing... Ooh, is there someone taxiing in over here?
For information, the aircraft in front of us stopped.
This is Scandinavian 629er.
Scandinavian 172 water, exterminate, continue taxi time.
Yeah, everyone's disappeared off Volanta because their flights have been completed. So I don't know who's who. Anyway, this was someone in a 737. He's joined us from Copenhagen. To his left, 2795 in the CRJ 900. So I don't know who everyone is, but you're all with us, and I appreciate you coming along.
In front of me,
You're so into Twitch now, having been uncertain initially, almost on a stream every evening. Really? It is more addictive than YouTube, isn't it? Some of it's the pilot clients as well. Swift is apparently very buggy right now. Ah, okay, okay. Right, let's have a look at these screenshots, because they are pretty nice. Standby one.
Warsaw, plan is fine.
Yeah, so these are the ones that Marker took, I believe, yeah. Look at that separation. I mean, it's just non-existent. I'm glad I couldn't see behind me. But we did get out of the way in time, didn't we? So that's good, I think. I don't think you had to go around. Lovely. Presumably you're flying in live time, are you? And this is Nikki. Lovely livery there. And here are Wojtek's. Look at that. I like what you've done with the depth of field there, Wojtek. That's a gorgeous shot. That is a gorgeous shot. So is that. I think one of these is going to have to replace my my current Volanta picture of the plane. This is gorgeous as well, Nikki. Really nice. Is this X-plane? Or is this P3D? I can't remember what you fly. Twirls, no worries. Twirls, thank you ever so much again for jumping on Copenhagen Approach. Made a big difference to my immersion. And yeah, I'll see you soon, boss. Good luck with your studying. Oh, that's you, Marco. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the Challenger, right? I thought so. Caffel, you're welcome. Is there an Enter Air 737? There was. I think there was. They're not showing on Volanta. What's going on here? Something weird with that text, isn't it? This is New Gen Airways. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. But anyway. Right, what else have I missed in the chat? I don't know. Probably loads when I was concentrating on the approach. Beautiful. Thank you. Make it with me. Maybe MSFS turned online mode on. But then, if that was the case, they wouldn't have just stopped in the middle of the runway, would they?
Visual approach, runway 25, now down with flex.
Yeah, I think that's most of it. A bit of recommendation to Wally. If I'd seen him, I would have done it. I've never done it before, but I would have done. Adine, when you plan a flight plan in the menu, the flight computer or anything just doesn't recognise it. In the CRJ, it's not connected to the plane at all. The CRJ isn't connected to MSFS flight planning system. Oh, you were talking about something else. Okay, fine. Forget that. Forget what I said. I think that's most of it caught up with, I think. So, Pillow Pilot, no worries. Got to go. See you soon. Thank you for flying along. Nice to see you as always. The Volanta network in the Volanta app is basically just people who are using Volanta to track their flights at that time. It shows you their flights. Before you quit MSFS, yes, boss. Check your multiplayer settings and fake traffic. I will. I'm pretty sure it's not that. If I'd had live traffic or multiplayer on, I'd have seen far more planes around and about the place. I think my gut feeling is it's someone who just spawned in to be an idiot, but we'll never know. We'll never know. Anyway, as the Lufthansa taxis in and parks up, and Velocity is making this movement look lovely and smooth, I'm going to say, first of all, thank you to everyone who has flown along. Second of all, thank you to all of our new subscribers and everyone who's watched, really. Thank you very much once again to Simon for renewing his Club Filbert membership and for the £1 tip. And yeah, don't forget to join me on Twitch. Boss! Linus! Poor timing, boss. How are you? Nice to see you. Yeah, don't forget to join me on Twitch on Sunday at 1300 Zulu. We're flying from Macau to Singapore, a nice long one in the A32NX, and I'll be giving away 2 €10 sim market vouchers courtesy of MM Simulation, so I hope you can make it. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your weeks until then. Bye bye.